Are you a tab hoarder? It's okay to admit it. I'm a recovering tab hoarder myself. So, you know that feeling when you're afraid to close any tabs on your browser because you might need them later. Or worse, you have so many tabs open that you can't even tell which is which. So, you click on one just to check and then you accidentally close it. And then you end up having to dig through your browser and go to the history and find out, what are my recently closed tabs? Was the one that I needed? You know that this whole routine is a drag and it's a time waster. So let's fix this once and for all. Hi, I'm Lisa Hanfileti. I am the member success coach here at HealAtScale. And today I'm going to show you how to go from tab chaos to tab efficiency using one of my favorite Chrome features called tab groups. Using this very simple free tool that's included with your Chrome browser, it will help to improve your workflow. It'll help you stay organized. It'll save time. And so you finally feel like you've kicked that tab hoarding habit for good. I'll walk you through how to create what's called tab groups, and then you can color code them. You can also collapse them so you hide the clutter. No one will ever know that you have all these tabs open. And you can even save them on your bookmarks bar so you can open exactly what you need with one click. You'll also see the difference between regular bookmarks, bookmark folders, and then these new color-coded tab groups. So you'll know which option works best for you. And stick around to the end because I also want to share some of my favorite tips for naming your tab groups to keep your browser really clean and nice and organized and easy to navigate. So before we dive into the how, let's take a quick look at why tab groups can make your workflow smoother and more efficient. Okay, here we are in my Chrome window, and you can see I'm also in my Canva here. But what I want to bring your attention to is the top of the screen where you can see all of the tabs that I have open. Now, I have an extraordinary amount of tabs just so you can see an example of this, because what happens when you have this many tabs open, unless you know what the icon is or how you have these set up, it's really hard to tell which is which tab, what was the one that you really want. The issue becomes when you have this many tabs open. You can see I have 3 documents right here, but I can't tell which is which document just by looking at the tabs, right? I have to go and I have to click on them to figure out what they are. Same is true here for my different Canva things that I have open. I have different Gmails open here, and I can't tell what they are just by looking at the tabs. Now, if I had fewer tabs open, it might look like this, where you can see when there aren't as many tabs open, you can have some of the writing on there, and you can choose what writing you have on there. But even when I have documents that begin with the same letters, I still don't know which is which. I'd have to click on it to figure out which is which. So it can be really frustrating, because if you are in this situation where you have this many tabs up here, you can see that you can accidentally click the X and close out a tab. And then you're like, which tab did I just close? Did I need that one? There is a way to come over into the 3 dots. Over here, there's 3 dots. And you could come in here and you could go to history, and you could find the tab that you most recently closed, but it's not always there. Sometimes Chrome will catch which tab it is that was closed, and sometimes it won't, and you might not be sure which one it is. So there are some very good reasons to get organized, and tab groups is a really great way to avoid having a lot of tabs open, and it takes up space on your machine and in your brain. So I want to go through the top 5 ways that Chrome tabs can improve your efficiency and organization. So the first thing is we can declutter your workspace. Now you can see from all the tabs that I have open at the top here that it is cluttered up, and it's hard for me to figure out which is which. Decluttering things is one of the things that I love best about doing this. It can also help you stay organized by project or client. So if you're working on a specific task, you can group by task or by project, and you can label it that way so it's really easy to see. The other thing you could do is save a lot of time, because you're not constantly clicking between different tabs to figure out which is the right one. And one way to do this is by color coding. There aren't a lot of choices for colors, but there are enough that it can help you to stay organized and just see by sight which group is the group that you want to work on. And I'll just give you an example right here real quick, just so you see. And I'll go through how you create these, but right up here, I actually have tab groups right up here. And I have them labeled in a way that will help me find the things that I need really easily. So that is really helpful to know that they're color coded and I can see them pretty quickly. It will also preserve your work sessions. This is one of the things that I love. So you can actually close a tab group and it will save it on Chrome. And even if you shut down your computer, as soon as you log back into Chrome or open Chrome back up again, all those tab groups will stay together and it'll log you back in. So that's been one of the best time saving things about these tab groups. And then you can also combine this with bookmarking, because you can use bookmarks for long-term storage of things and then tab groups for the active projects that you're working on. And you can edit them at any time. So I used to use bookmarks all the time, and I have a lot of bookmarks. Now, there's one other use for these tab groups, and this is by far my favorite one. It is that you can actually hide all of your tabs on a live call or anytime. So if you're ever sharing your screen, like I am, right now, I'm sharing my screen. And I don't want everyone to see all of these tabs that I'm using today, then I can hide them. And that has been very useful because I do coaching calls and I share my screen a lot. And it's nice to know that I can tuck away into a tab group the things that I want to work on after the call. And so I don't have to interrupt my whole session. I don't have to open up a new Chrome window altogether. I can just tuck them away in these tab groups. Okay, now that we know the uses of tab groups and how much we need them to help with organization and efficiency, let's go over how to set them up. To do this, I'm going to open a separate window. So this is a window. This is a Chrome window. I try to make it a different color so that you can differentiate it from my other window over here, because I'll be referring back to that. And so this is just a regular Chrome window that you would log into. If I wanted to be in my Gmail account, this is my Gmail account. I don't have any Gmails in here. It's a brand new account. And so the first thing I need to be able to see my bookmarks bar. So right now you do not see a bookmarks bar. It would be underneath the URL. So I'm going to move this down and I can show you. Up here, you can see these are my tabs at the top. And then I have my URL, and then I actually have a bar below that is my bookmarks bar. So I have folders in here, I have different bookmarks. So I want you to be able to see that. On this one, because it's brand new, I don't have a bookmarks bar. So the first thing we want to do is just open the bookmarks bar. Yours may already be open, but if it isn't, this is how you do it. You find the three dots on Chrome. You may see two little face icons here for you. One of them is your Gmail, and the other one is your Chrome. I'm going to be referring to the Chrome. It doesn't matter what we're logged into. You could be logged into your calendar, your Google Drive, your Gmail, doesn't matter. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to up here, your Chrome. And so next to Chrome, your Chrome little emoji or icon, I'm going to my three dots up here, clicking on that, and then I'm going down to bookmarks and lists, and then I'm going over to the part that opens up where it gives me choices, and I want to go to show bookmarks bar. So I'm now going to click on show bookmarks bar and just watch up here. Up here, this is going to change as the bookmarks bar comes in. So I'm going to go to show bookmarks bar, and there, it just showed up right here. So now I have this plain bookmarks bar. Up here, my bookmarks bar is filled up. Now I don't have anything except this little box of squares, and those are tab groups. So now I have the option. I could create a tab group by clicking on those boxes and go through the process, or I could come back to my three dots up here where we were before, click on that. That opens up this panel, and I come down to tab groups, and then it opens up create new tab group. So I could do it right from there. So just to start this, I'm going to click on create new tab group. When I open that up, it now gives me So now if I right click on this, the options to change color and to name it change. So I just have to right click on it again. And this is where I get to name the group. So I'm just going to call this my new group. The default color is gray. And so you can see the other choices that I have here to choose from. So I'm just going to pick blue, very first one there. And so now I have a new tab group, and I have choices that I can move group to a new window. I can close the group. I can ungroup things, and I can delete the group. So these are all choices that you can do later on. So now I have a group, and the only thing in there is my Google thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up some new tabs right now. They're all going to go to Google, but we could type in whatever we wanted. So right now we have all these different tabs, but only one of them you can see as I slide this over is in this new group. And the way that we can tell that is there is a blue color that surrounds the tab that is included in this group called new. So if I want to add these tabs to here, all I have to do is very easy. I just grab it and I just drag it. Did you see it change to blue? I'll move it out again. So now I'm out of the tab group. I just grab it by clicking on it, and then with my mouse down, I just drag it right into the new group, and now it's in there too. And then I can grab another one. Well, these two are both out of it. I could grab both of them at the same time by simply clicking on one and then holding down the shift key and clicking on the other. And then now I let go. I don't have the mouse down. Now I just grab. These two are now together, and I can push them both into the tab group. This is really great when you are in one of these situations up here where you've got all these together and let's say you've been working and clicking on links or something like that. You can then click on them, hold the shift key down, and select a bunch at one time. And you see how they're all white up here? And then that way you can, I'll just kind of grab a few of these. See how they're all highlighted? They have a different background. They all have a white background. That means that those are all grouped as if you had the shift key and selected everything. And then I could make a tab group in here. Let's just do that. I'll just show you here how to do a new tab group. So I'm going to click on my three dots here, and I'm going to go to tab groups. And you can't see this, but I'm going to create a new group. And so here's my new group. I'm going to make this one blue, and I'm going to call it Lisa. It's very, very unique there. And then I'm going to come back in here, and these are the ones that I had selected. I'm going to go back and select them. And I'm holding the shift key down, and I'm just grabbing a whole bunch of these. So I'm just doing that. And now see how they're all highlighted? I'm going to grab the whole bunch of them. Do you see I'm pulling them all over here? And I'm putting them right till I see the blue underneath them. And now these are all in the Lisa tab group. So I can open and close that Lisa tab group right there. I'll get to opening and closing in just a second. So I want to come back to here and just make sure that you're with me, that we've got these 4 tabs now in this tab group. Now they're all open. You can see new tab, new tab, new tab. And what I can do on the new is I can just click it and it hides them all. So imagine that you've got your Gmail open, you've got your Facebook open, you've got your Instagram open, and you have something else open in here. And if you're going to be on a call and you don't want those to show, you can just hide that. You can even do this. Watch this. I can close the group. I'm going to close the group right now. So all I did to do that is I'm just right clicking on the group name, and I'm choosing close group. And that group now just got put onto my bookmarks bar right here. There it is in blue. Now, if I want to create a new group, I can click on those 4 squares and choose create new tab group. And now I'm going to make this one red, and I'm going to call this one my red group. And leave it like that. And now I can start opening. There we go. Just to give you some different looking things here. I've got my red ones now. Again, if I wanted to put this in my red group, I just slide it over. I can grab this one and I can slide it over. And now I have a red group. And when I click on it, it closes all the tabs. And I still have this one open. So if I want my Gmail in the red group, look what happens if I try to put it in there. It won't go in unless I have the tab group open first. So I'm going to open the tab group so I can see the red, And then I'm going to take the Gmail that I want to put in there and slide it over. And then I can move these around. I can arrange them where I want them. It's really smart to get into a habit of always having the one that you use most frequently right next to the tab label. So for me, I always know my Gmail's there, and whenever I'm doing a live training, it's going to be the thing that I'm going to click on most frequently right next to my tab group. But you can decide that. So when you click on the label, it closes the group, and you can see it's down here, it's down there, and it's also up here. Because I have it open, but if I want to close the group, I just close the group. It disappears from up there, but it's still here. So here's the cool thing. If I close down everything and I come back and I want to access any of these, all I have to do is click on them and they open right up, all of them. Now it takes a second for everything to get logged in, and then I can have them both open at the same time. And I can have another tab group. So that's what makes this amazing. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to open a new window here. And these are all of my tab groups. So can you see these up here? I have a whole bunch of tab groups and I use them often, but you can delete a tab group when you're not using them anymore. So I have, when I'm doing live streams for my own brand, I have here. When I'm doing live streams for HealAtScale, I have those tab groups there. So if I'm doing a live stream for myself, I have that tab group. If I'm working on my book, I've got that there. This is for the resources that I need to write the book. And this is Joy's new resources for peptides. Awesome stuff right there. These are things that I just created that one for us. So, but that could be my self-care. It could be my personal stuff. It could be if I've got my spreadsheets open, I'm doing my financials. It's very nice to be able to tuck something into one of these groups, and then I can just open or close it when I need them. So hopefully you can see the value of this. Now, you can also have bookmarks. So I just want to show you really quickly how to do bookmarks really, really fast. So let's say you want to have your Gmail on this bookmarks bar right here. You could use the star, you could use the three dots and say, you have a choice right here. If I click on these three dots, I can go to bookmarks and I can say bookmark this tab. I can bookmark this right here. But there's a much, much easier way to do it. All you do is you grab the little link thing. It looks like a little abacus thing right here. Grab that, just click on it and drag it right onto the bar. You see that? I'll just grab another one here. Grab this little thing right here. You're grabbing this. So I'm clicking on this part right here. Click on it and then just drag it into the bookmarks bar. And let's do another one. I want to show you how you can label these a little bit better. So again, I'm grabbing this part, not over here. If I put my cursor in here, it's not going to do it. So I have to be on this little dot and line here, and I want to drag it to a spot on the bookmarks, and then it shows up. Now, if this is my Gmail, I know the Gmail icon. So what I could do is come in here. I could just right click it and click edit and just delete. I could leave Gmail there. So if I wanted a word next to it, I can delete everything except Gmail and just click save or enter. And now that says Gmail. Or since I already know the icon for Gmail and I want to save space up here, I can delete this altogether and it'll just leave the icon. So now you can see I just have the Gmail icon. And then this one, we can do the same thing. I can do edit. And let's say I don't know this one very well for Sumo Paint. So I just want to leave the word Sumo Paint up there so it doesn't take up so much space on my books. Maybe I'll just leave Sumo and assume I know what that means. And now this one just says Sumo and the icon is just web for any website. And then I've got Costco. The other thing I can do is I can actually add a folder. So what I'm going to do is on the bookmarks bar, I'm just right clicking and I'm choosing add a folder. So you can see that right there, add a folder, add a folder. And I can name this folder, and I could do the same type of thing that I do with my tab group. So I'm just going to call this daily links that I log into. You should be strategic in what you call your folders. And then what I can do is I can move these right into my folder. And the way to do that is you just click on it, you grab it, and then while I'm holding down on my mouse, I'm sliding it into the folder, And there it is. And now when I click on the folder, I have them listed in here, Costco and the Sumo paint. And then same with the Gmail, I could grab that one and I could just put it right into the folder. So all I did was drag it and drop it in there. And now when I come in, I can grab these. I could just open. So that way, again, I'm keeping my bar nice and clean. And then if I decide, you know what, I don't want this in the folder, I access it too frequently, I can just click down on it, grab it, and pull it out, and now it's back out. Tab groups automatically line up on the left to the left of the boxes. The nice thing is that you can move them around a little bit. So you see how I switch new and red? I just grab it and I move it over. So if you see the ones on this bookmarks bar, I could move these around. So I could move the Lisa one. Maybe I want it all the way to the right. So it's right there. That's how you combine using tab groups with bookmarks and bookmark folders in order to stay organized and be able to access anything that you want anytime you want it very, very easily. Now, as promised, here is a listing of some ideas of short names for your tab groups. It's really important to have shorter versus longer names. Besides the color coding, having these little acronyms and things like this can really help make it easy to find the group that you need at any given time. So these are just some ideas. You can have the acronym of your business for projects that you're working on for that business, link or refs for important links that are from a chat. So if you're on a Zoom call and links are shared, you can have one tab group called references or links. That would be helpful and easy for you to find. Work or proj for different clients. And that way you don't have the name of the person on there, but you know that it's tucked into one of those tab groups. Idea or read for research or for inspiration. Post or marketing for content and marketing. Ops or biz for admin and business tasks, or self or care for personal resources. So these are just some ideas to help give you an idea of what types of tab groups might be useful for you, but I hope you come up with your own names that help you find them really easily. All right, now that you know how to set up tab groups and combine them with bookmarks, you have much more control over your daily workflow. So use the bookmarks for the long-term storage and then use your tab groups for active projects that you want to keep in your browser ready to load at any time. And that way it keeps things clean and efficient. Now, once you get the hang of it, you can create groups for everything: your client projects, your marketing work, your favorite AI tools. And don't forget a self group for you, for your wellness, personal wellness sites, for hobbies, for financial research, for cat adoption sites. That's what I use it for. Whatever you want to come back to, it's a total game changer for staying organized as you build and grow your online business. So I hope this video gave you some simple ways to beat the tab hoarding habit and create a much more organized workflow for your entire business. Now, if you found this video helpful, please go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you know of a fellow tab hoarder, do them a big favor right now and share this video with them. And if you're currently working with only one computer monitor or small laptop screen and you want to maximize screen space so that you have that kind of mission control feeling, go ahead and watch my next video. I touch on how to use tab groups in that video too, so you'll be one step ahead. So go ahead and watch that video now. You'll love it.